We've all had those moments where we walk in the front door and just feel a little bit defeated, maybe frustrated, or worse, you don't feel anything. Instead of feeling like this safe haven, this sanctuary that inspires you and recharges you, your home can start to feel like another chore, like another thing for you to manage and put on your to do list. And over time, that space can become this place that you kind of hate to be in, or you may hate rooms of your home. And at the end of the day, having a space that you have this negative relationship with is only doing you harm. It's taking away from something that could be your greatest asset, your greatest daily return of investment, and a big source of happiness. So, today we're going to talk about 3 steps to go from tolerating your space to genuinely loving it. No major renovations or moving required, just a shift in some key perspectives and some intentional changes. Now, this video is a part of a special Fall in Love with Your Home collaboration that I'm hosting with a handful of other YouTubers and Instagrammers. We're all going to be sharing our best tips to help you create a home you truly love, just in time for Valentine's Day. So be sure to check out the full playlist linked down in the description to soak up all of the inspiration. Those videos that you see there, by the way, are made by just a few of the speakers in my Modern Mom Simple Home Reimagine Summit, which is now officially open for registration. So you can grab your ticket to the virtual summit that's running from March 1st through the 3rd down in the description as well. Now, let's dive into the 3 steps to fall in love with your home again. Step 1 is to reimagine function. This is all about streamlining and simplifying your space. A home that doesn't function well is a home that will always feel stressful. If you find yourself constantly shuffling piles or hunting for missing items or feeling like your space is just constantly working against you, adding all of this friction, then you really need to reimagine the function of your space. So some ways that you can do this are to automate the essentials. I've talked before about all of the things that I automate inside of my home, which is a lot, but anything that you can automate is a one and done type of solution. It's one of those things where you can front load the effort and it's going to take care of itself from then on out because you've created an automated system to do that. So some ways that I do this, for example, are with my calendar and scheduling system. In our case, I use our dots, but you can really use any kind of home management system or even your phone to verbally add in different calendars with notifications. That is one of my automated systems so that once I add it, I can just set it and forget it. I don't have to go hunt down a calendar. I don't have to scribble things down or keep it all in my head or go check and make sure I'm not forgetting something because I have all of the notifications built in too on my phone. So that's just one way that you can use your home to streamline and simplify a lot of the processes there. You can do it with things like chores or responsibilities. You can do it with repeatable habits, something like a 5-minute reset at the end of the day or after a meal. So think of ways that you can automate the essential functions that are repeating in your home right now that are currently taking up some of your mental space and time and energy. Another way that you should be reimagining function is to find a balance between form and function, the form of your space and the function of your space. There's this design expert that my friend has told me about many times called Donald Norman, and he's the author of this book, The Design of Everyday Things. And it's really interesting because he talks about how we naturally gravitate toward objects that are both functional and visually appealing. And he argues that the beauty enhances the usability. When something looks inviting, we're more likely to engage with it and to have fun engaging with it, and we're more likely to integrate it into our daily lives. And there are plenty of other studies that support this. There's one from 2000 that was called What is Beautiful is Usable. And in this study, the psychologists examined the relationships between a user's perception of a computer system's beauty and its usability. And the aesthetic levels positively affected the perception of usability, but the usability levels did not positively affect the perception of aesthetics. It didn't work the other way around. So if your home is set up to where it functions, the chair works, it'll let you sit your butt in it, but it's not comfortable, you don't love it, and it doesn't look great in the space, you're less likely to use it, you're less likely to enjoy using it, and you're less likely to love that room at all. So what you kept because you thought was, quote, functional actually becomes less functional. This can be true whether you're managing an ADHD-friendly home or balancing aesthetics with the needs of a house full of kids or setting up a home management system. Function and form work together. By the way, all of these are topics that we do a deep dive on in the Modern Mom Simple Home Reimagine Summit. Step 2 is to reimagine space. A lot of times the problem is in our home. It's not the walls or necessarily even the color of the walls, it's the stuff inside. Clutter competes for our attention, it zaps our energy, and it makes your home feel like this constant project instead of a place to rest. Just reimagine the value of having space. Space in itself has value, right? In most cases, you're paying for the square footage of space that you get. You're not just paying to have a storage facility inside of your home or to surround yourself with as much stuff as physically possible. There is value in just having space. There's value in having clarity and being able to focus and being able to even just physically move and have extra room to move around and to find a little bit of peace. There's value in extra space. Not only that, but what you surround yourself with helps you to achieve your goals and it helps you to solidify whatever identity you're trying to take on. Last week, I talked about how to create a space that helps you to become the version of yourself you're wanting to become. Well, it's true. Like whatever you see inside of an environment, especially one that's so personally related to you because it's your space, that is reflected in your mindset. Whether you feel confident about yourself, whether you feel like, you're an organized person, whether you feel like you have mental clarity in your day-to-day life, if you're constantly looking around your own space and seeing clutter and messes and disorganization, well, that's going to give you certain thoughts and ideas about yourself that's going to make you feel even worse and less loving toward your environment. Some ways to dig in and to really get into the nitty-gritty of really reimagining your space are to use decluttering as a tool for self-discovery. Instead of just getting rid of things, use the process to reconnect to what actually brings you joy and clarity. You can also find quick wins. Try doing something like a 30-minute decluttering sprint for some instant relief, or tackle a single category like toys or laundry in order to see immediate results in some of the heavier places. Creating that space for yourself doesn't have to be an entire weekend or an entire spring break type of event. And the third way to reimagine your space is to create a rhythm for maintaining that space. Instead of cleaning like you're in a big marathon and then repeating that every day or every week, lean into flexible rhythms for maintaining your space. Things that take less time, but give you more continuous results. Day 2 of the Modern Mom Simple Home Reimagine Summit is all about reimagining your space, and we do go deep into some of these subjects and many more. And step 3 is the part that I usually nerd out on, and that is to reimagine possibility. Make room for the things that inspire you. Make room for things like your dreams, as corny as that may sound. A home isn't just a place to sleep and to store things. It should be this springboard for the life that you want to live. And when you clear out the things that don't align with the life that you want to live and that no longer serve you, you create a space for what truly does. So some ways that you can go about this are to design a space that nurtures creativity. That could be a cozy reading nook that really lets you get into your imagination space, or it could be a section of your home that just kind of acts like a living vision board, right? Like that maybe it's your office space and has affirmations that you want to see on the wall, or the designs and decor that motivate you and inspire you to keep going toward whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Another way that can help to reimagine possibility inside of your space is to craft some kind of a sanctuary or a cozy spot just for you. Like just for recharging, just for meditating, if that's something that you're into, a little sanctuary. And you can create that in a whole room or in just a little nook or corner of the room. Your environment can help to regulate anxiety and just bring a sense of calm. That might even be just your bathroom and creating a little bit of a spa vibe in there that you go when you want to recharge, rejuvenate, and just reconnect to yourself. Some things that can help with this type of space are things like soft lighting or candles, soothing scents, mindful decor or arrangements that really transform the way that you feel when you're surrounded by those things in that space. And then the third thing that you can think about is how to create a space or even zones within a space that will help you to manifest your dreams. The things that you're really wanting to experience someday, to do someday, to bring into your life in one way or another that aren't currently there. So this doesn't have to be super woo-woo, but basically whenever you declutter with intention, you are creating that space, not just physically, but mentally. You're creating space to invite new opportunities, to invite possibilities that you didn't have before into your life, or just to surround yourself with things that are keeping you motivated and inspired and keeping those dreams that you have for yourself top of mind. If you're feeling the pull to reimagine your space and really rethink the way that your home supports you, you're not alone. And that is exactly why I'm hosting the Modern Moms Simple Home Reimagine Summit. As it sounds, this is a summit that's specifically for this generation's moms. And it's all about helping you to reimagine what's possible for your home. And it actually does break down into the three categories that we talked about today. Reimagine function is day one, reimagine your space is day two, and reimagine possibility is day three. And we have some incredible speakers who are going to do a deep dive into some of the little topics that I touched on today and so many more. Your home should be a place that you love, not just a place that you live. So if this is for you, then I have the link for you to grab your ticket down in the description. The doors are open for registration, and I will chat with you next week.